Joining me right now is Professor of Strategy and Irregular Warfare at the Institute of World Politics, Dr. Sebastian Gorka, joining us. Dr. Gorka, good to see you. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me, Maria.
Let's go through some of these lawsuits. I want to get your take. Begin with the flight attendant. Look, she says she can't serve alcohol, and it's not right that she was fired for it.
Yeah, we have to take these cases one by one. The first one is perhaps the most absurd. You can't apply for a job at McDonald's and when you're asked to serve somebody a Big Mac, say, no, I'm a vegetarian, sorry, I'm not going to do that. This is ridiculous. Right,
and so it does seem a little absurd that she says that she doesn't want to serve alcohol. She's a flight attendant.
It's a free country. She could have got a job anywhere else.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, Sebastian's absolutely right. I mean, this is absurd.
All right, second one, Dr. Gorka, in terms of the mosque, he wanted to build his mosque, but he's saying he's suing the town because they rejected it, and he says it's religious discrimination.
Yeah, here we need to be really fully cognizant of all the facts of the case. It would be nice to be down there, to be at those meetings where we had, I think, over 20 people stood up and protested at the last zoning meeting. The arguments that I've heard are that this is specifically a zoning issue. A place of worship requires an increase in traffic, parking, all other things that affect the congestion of a town, and those were the arguments made. There were zoning arguments. If that's the case, that's reasonable, whether you're opening a church, you know, a Hindu temple, or what have you. What they're being accused of is saying this is done because of some Islamophobic stance of the local population. Well, let's see the facts. Let's see the proof of that, because that's a no-go. You can't block somebody because you don't like their religion unless there's a third element.
Yeah.
Opening a mosque is okay. But who's opening the mosque and who's going to be the imam? Because if it's a radical individual, if it's individuals connected to organizations that have an unsavory set of values that are against the U.S. Constitution, then that's a third issue. So right now it's this zoning versus Islamophobia argument. What I've seen tends to leave one with the impression that it's fundamentally a zoning issue, Maria.
I see. All right. And then there's the 14-year-old boy known as Clock Boy. He, of course, was arrested back on September 14, 15, at MacArthur High School in Irving, Texas. He's now suing Texas. He was arrested for bringing an alleged hoax bomb to school. He says it's racial profiling.
Yeah, this is the one that stinks to high heaven.
Yeah.
The fact is, you look at the behavior of this young boy, you look at, I think, the parents, the father predominantly. These are news hounds, these are provocateurs. This wasn't the original story is just totally bogus. This wasn't something he made at home. This was an alarm clock that you can buy online that he took the case off and then presented this as his project, and it looked like a bomb. Then after the whole thing turns into a big issue, where does he go to live? He goes to live in one of the Gulf countries most responsible for the propagation of jihadi ideology. Now he doesn't like it. He's back and he wants to make some money. These are media hounds.
Unbelievable. Real quick, Dr. Gorka, what was your take on the father of the Orlando shooter sitting right behind Hillary Clinton at her rally? How did that happen?
Two issues here, Maria. Number one, the idea that he just walked in and got a ticket is rubbish.
Yeah.
You know, these things are so staged. The fact that he's 2 rows behind her, he was placed there by somebody. So that's really disturbing. But the bigger issue, take politics out of it.
Dr. Gorka, thank you so much.